want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I come out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoken on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Let me take a second to say, I want to shout someone out. His name is The Bearable Bull. Shout out to The Bearable Bull. I liked your intro, and I've been subconsciously stealing it for weeks. I think I'm just going to steal it all the way. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Shout out to Amos. First comment, I saw you were the first person to retweet. I sent you 509 Dream right off the rip. I appreciate the energy. I got to say, I've seen crypto just today, maybe by chance. Like last week, it was even more happening. Today is one of the quietest days I've seen personally in our ecosystem. But I'm fired up. I'm on a winning streak. I'm ready to go. So appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to drop heavy alpha here. What we're going to be talking about today is winning the invisible war in your mind. What a profound, deep topic. Because if you're here as a dreamer with a dream, if you're here as an investor trying to make your dreams come true, either way, this is going to be a problem for you. Because on the dream side of things, you're going to run into things that are very hard to do, that you don't want to do. Part of you says, I can change the world. And part of you says, who do I think I am? I'm the cashier at the, dollar store or whatever. In the investing game, part of you says, I hold, $1 million bag. Time just hasn't caught up yet. And part of you says, well, let's be realistic here. Look at the chart. It's been this way for so long. In order to be great, in order to make your dreams come true, you're going to have to win the war, and you're actually in a war. As a dreamer, you're in a war. And let me tell you when you're not in a war. You're not in a war when things happen fast. When life happens fast, meme coins is like the perfect example, right? Crypto it's taught people that this is how it works. It's wired them for the dopamine. So I buy this coin today. That's why people say, what's the ticker? What are we buying? They buy today, and tomorrow they've made 10 times their money. That is not war. That is lollipops and quadruple scoop ice cream cones. That's living the good life. That's smooth sailing. But in the regular world, and even now when you're seeing like some struggle bus going on in the crypto space now, everything's slow. We went up, we went down, down, down. We're chilling. Now you're in a war. Oh, absolutely. You're in a war of your conviction. Some people were so lucky and blessed to buy so early. Some people bought, like I'm down personally, like I've bought at all different stages. Some things I'm up on, some things I'm right where I started. Some things I'm down like 90%. It's like, man, that was like that was so much money in there. And now it's only that. That's crazy. And so what's all good about this is, okay, I promise we're going to talk. This was like beginning rant. I saw my man Bubba Gump drop a like. Appreciate you, Bubba Gump. Dang it. Bubba Gump, handsome Bubba Gump just distracted me. All right. I'm temporarily close the chat. But I appreciate the retweet, Amos. Thanks for sharing this out. Tag a friend, send it to a friend who's a dreamer. Let's get the dreamers here, man. The dreamers really do need to hear this message. And I just want to say as well that, okay, look, there's a meme coin and we're in crypto. And, this may not be relevant to each person each week. But what we're doing here is if you are a dreamer, we are shaping your mind for the journey. And the reason why I feel confident to sit up here and say, I can talk about this is because I'm balls deep in the journey. I do this crap every single day. Okay. Some days are better than others. Some days I'm the effing one. I'm going to take over the world. Some days I feel like doing nothing. However, I'm someone who's in motion. And if you're here, remember the appeal, the allure of the dream community is you can wait for things to be sexy, or in the process, you can freaking become the one. And that is why I am called to be here with you. That is what the dream mission, that is the depth. That is, I had a great conversation with my man Coiny from Korea. Just like energy all out, just legend, right? Shows up every day, no matter what, on vacation, everything. And we had a really good conversation about depth and substance and how it's lacking from this space. Everything short term, everything is, poopy coin and doo-doo coin and freaking small-minded, mindless crap. And that's what makes such a grand opportunity for people like me and dreamers like you, because we can identify that we are in a pivotal place. Do I have to start showing screenshots? I mean, just projecting all my convictions on you. Is that the opportunity that I have, just being in this podium and on the mic, is just to project what I'm seeing? And if I'm the only one who sees it, so be it. When the dream began, it was the same way. The vision is clear. I'll share this one with you guys. Just a tweet I made today, and I changed my PFP too. Now we're like crystal clear 4K. I've tweeted like 10 times today on my personal account. All right, let me find it real quick for you. I've been tweeting about. So I'll tell you guys, side note. We're going out of order today. I'm just like preaching from the heart, but this is going to be a really good topic. We haven't even touched it yet. So I hope you can enjoy it. All right, here's the tweet. You ready? Bing, bang. I didn't even do my intro. Like we're just in there like swimwear. All right, here you go. Let's blow this sucker up. Here's the tweet I want to share with you. I made this earlier. You are scared that prices are going to go down. I am scared they're going to go up too fast. We are not the same. I don't say this to posture myself and help support because I'm a dev, and let's not all dump our bags. You do whatever you want to do, but I'm speaking to you I'm trying to share the perspective that is viewed. Maybe you see it too. Let me know in the comments. Is that once the train leaves the station, it's not going to come back. That's just like that's just what happens. So, we have these 4-year cycles, and Trump, we have war going on with Iran, current events right now. We have war going on back in the Middle East. that kind of stuff, instability. We're going to talk about aliens soon, instability, gas prices up, oil, blah, 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 instability. Oh, markets down. Okay. We have all these things going on, instability in the marketplace. But with all that said, you got to see the writing on the wall. At one point in time, this train is going to leave the station. And that means right now, you have the chance to lock in, pay attention, and not just, encourage yourself. Hey, let's make some extra money. Let's just pretend I have a whole year left. Let me take this seriously. Let me make some extra money. And do you know what you believe in? Are you locked in enough into the market? Like by now I have most of my convictions. I'm not buying anything new. I'll buy something old that's incredible, but I'm not buying new launches. I'm not an idiot. Okay. Anything being launched now, someone who's launching at this point in time are these people stealing your money? No one is coming brand new into crypto right now and saying, let me launch a coin. I mean, you could, but maybe that's 2% if we want to give the benefit of the doubt. The first wave was 2 years ago, by the way. Next week will be our 2-year anniversary in DreamCat. And with that, I'm just too effing excited. Let me pump the brakes in case you're a first-time listener, because guess what? There's a chance that you will come across us more as a first-time listener, because we're basically leveling up everything. And this is what I rambled all this time, leaving out the most important thing. And that's that last week, I was gone for 6 days. I've never done that before. I show up every single day. I take pride in showing up every single day in the dream. And I left for 6 days. And that's what I'm going to talk about, because this is the battle within. And when you are aligning yourself for a bigger journey, for something like that is just bigger than the moment, that is bigger than a couple dollars, a couple $10,000, bigger than that, you have to just have to attack it. So I don't even know how to describe it. I'm lost for words. How do I describe this? You may think, oh man, didn't post for 6 days, big lapse, negative, false. We're playing for the long game. So this needs to be addressed. This is something that I'm avoiding. This is something that I've neglected for 2 months. And this is my problem. And I go through the archetype. I'm going to show you so much stuff, how AI can help you leverage up, how AI can help you figure out who you are, figure out what your pros and cons are, figure out how you can change things in your environment to optimize your success, to rip the Band-Aid off. So I'm all over. I'm fired up. It's been a great day. We posted a reel. We posted a new post. So let's pull it back a little bit, get a little bit more order here in case someone's popping in new. Take it down a step or two. Chill a little bit. Woo. Gotta relax. Okay. Well, as you guys know, this is Dream Talk. I'm your host, Zach Krupp, aka the Genie. Okay. And why is this Dream Talk? Dream Talk, I saw a cat. I see this cat in the corner. I saw a cat on the promotional banner, but where the heck is he? He's right here. This is Dream Cat, the most successful cat in the world. And secrets out, I am him, right? So we are just all humans behind the PFPs, but we're looking at all the ways that we can expand his relevance, expand his reach, because we are going to use this cat to build a voice, to build a vehicle for the largest community of dreamers in the entire world. And that's just reality. That's what we're doing. I'm going to keep projecting it. I'm going to declare it more confidently because I don't know what to say to you guys. This is what it is. When you have a big dream, if you study and lock in, it's not about hoping, wishing, and wondering. This is a decision. There was a decision made. And as I've reverse engineered all my thoughts, I found the sources. And so that's what we're doing here. We're talking about the markets. We're giving you personal development insights to level up, and we're applying them to see, man, how can you funnel that into DreamCat? What can you do in the meme coin space? Okay. And we'll also do a few giveaways. MVP of this stream. Who's sharing it out? Who's quote tweeting? Who's tagging people in the comments? Who's active in the live chat? MVP, the person who's the most active, all you have to do is outwork everyone else. If you're the best, then you're the best. Ask questions that are relevant, that matter. That's what makes this stream more impactful, and Max extracts information. Do that, and you'll be entered to win MVP 15,000 Dream. And if there's enough people here, we will give away bonus Dream at the end of the stream for a little game. but crypto's dead today. Nobody's here. So if we can't do that, we can't do that. But okay. Let's get on. Let's see. Since there's no one to phone a friend and ask everyone's opinions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you quick post, and then I'm just going to dive right in. I'm going to blast convictions on you. I already touched on the war. Markets are down again, up, down. Solana's down. Fear and greed still up. I'm confident as ever. I'm chilling. So I want to show you a few tweets, and then we'll get on with the topic, and we'll just drop this insight on you. And I really hope it can serve you. I'm really here to win. I hope you're here to win too. This is serious to me. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your life. I'm here to make my dreams come true. And I'm here to offer the platform for other people to hop on and do the same. Okay, here is the tweet that I'm going to read you. This is a bullish tweet that I posted today because I'm on fire today. I'm going to read you all types of shit to show you where my mind is. And I'm going to start swearing. I would say this is not really kid show anyway, but there's just so much to tell you. And when we come from the heart and soul, we start cussing. Here's a tweet I made today. Meme coins. Okay, understand this. This is why Dream is like the break, not even to overhype. It's the best value buy you could make in all of meme coin land. The fact that Amos, you pulled up to this stream, I know, your ambitions and where you're coming from. The fact that people can buy Dream here is incredible, because if they don't, there's a couple things they don't realize. There's just one, the truth is, my own mind, I really am just the one. So some people just make it happen. Some people make their dreams come true. That's what I'm proud to say we at least are putting here behind DreamCat, and I hope that I can give the people confidence as they see it and learn it over time. Two is just the cats, the long term. Talk to attorney again today. Like, it's the perfect storm for someone who believes. But let me show you how this works. Okay, let me show you the trick of it. The thing that's holding up most people. The reason why I can shout from the rooftops and no one buys. Okay, because I'm the one who initially has to draw some attention, and then other people get in and it funnels. So that has to happen again, basically. But look, if you're here, I'm still shouting from the rooftops. Meme coins are evaluated based on chart, volume, and holders first. You watch streams, they say, what's the ticker? This is what they look for. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at the volume. Let's look at the holders. Buy or don't buy. Okay? That's meme coins. If my man AMP is out there, that's meme coins 1.0. What is the chart? What is the volume? What is the holders? But that doesn't build community. That doesn't build long-term likability. That is money machine dollar chasing. It gets you attention. It gets you short-term price. Everyone sells. Game over. The second biggest thing that people use to evaluate meme coins is social metrics. These are greatly boosted during price appreciation. So say you're looking at the DreamCat Telegram today, and you're saying, oh man, there's not that many people talking here, I'm not going to buy it. Oh man, there's not too much action on the tweet. Decent amount of action on the tweet, 20 favorites, whatever, not hype enough. I don't see a ton of people rating. All of that action and attention in our industry so far comes from price appreciation. That means it's full tilt when the market is running. In order for us to, I guess the big key here is that once that's happening, the opportunity isn't going to be as great, because then once again, you got to be super early, right? So once everyone thinks it's time to buy, that's where a whole wave of energy comes in, and people buy at 1, 2, 3 million. And then do you go back down again before you go up a lot? Like, it's their own fault. Anyway, I digress. Okay, back to it real quick. Okay, so second, that's how people break down meme coins. Social metrics. What's the Telegram like? What's the X like? But those are boosted based on price movement. It gets quiet when there's no price. 90% of the space chases in that way. This means anyone who looks up DreamCat Solana by these metrics will naturally be repelled. They're going to click away by design. It's like, how do I even say this? It's like, I'm trying to go deep. It's like a person who believes in Jesus, who is walking through a cemetery of ghosts and demons. Okay, that's literally what it's like. When you say the name of Jesus, they all flee away. When you go in the meme coin space and you're looking for these metrics and you don't see them, everyone is repelled away. These are the kind of opportunities that I'm projecting as a dreamer, telling you that exist because we're early, because it's not adopted, but that's what we're betting on now. That's what we're playing for now. So with that, we know this. This means anyone who looks up DreamCat Solana by these metrics is going to click away by design. The only way to secure your dream and understand the magnitude is, number one, you believe what I project on blind faith. You listen to me, you choose to believe. That's your choice. I really don't care. I'm just here to help you win, talk about dreams, choose, don't choose, whatever. Number two, you are magnetized by the content, education, and your desire to become in real time. Some of you are here not because of the coin. Some people just say, man, I like what's being talked about. I want to grow and develop in my life. Let's tap in. Let's go. Okay. Another piece is doing your own research and reading all there is to know. You look at the chart, you look at the holders, you look at the action. That's point one. You look at the PDF, you read the PDF, you research. I mean, let me say this. I have no intentions of ever joining a secret society. I have no intentions at this time. My understanding is that they are associated with Satanism. So, hey, we'll just throw that out, okay? That's what I've seen at the highest level. So I just want to throw this out there. I have no intentions to. Maybe I get wiser and things change. I have no intentions to. That is my association. However, I love to watch what they do because this teaches me how the entire world works. This is how I get an edge. I learn about them, I understand how it works, and I watch it play out in real time. I understand how everything's fake. I understand how the movies show you the truth before the truth happens. It's predictive programming through these same people. So they like to inverse everything. They like to do everything in reverse. And the other thing they like to do is they like to leave clues. I'm not this person. I'm an individual all by myself who loves God. However, I have followed, in a sense, this same way. There are clues all over the place. I've bought coins that are BS and do nothing. There are clues all over the place. That's the third way that you'll find dream, by doing your research and saying, what if, just imagine I'm up here, 31 people here so far. Just imagine, and I don't even care. That's the best part. I don't care. The future is going to happen no matter who's a part of it. I want you to be a part of it. The future is going to happen, whoever's a part, like it's going to happen either way. This is why I don't care. So I don't need to shill you hard, but this is what you do. This is belief. This is like projecting, right? Just letting you hear it. Imagine if I stood up here and I said, hey, DreamCat's going to be, not financial advice, we're just scenario here. DreamCat's going to be a $3 billion project in 10 years. Today it's 50K market cap. Treat that as the truth, carry on. That's basically what I'm telling you right now. I can't say anything formally. It's not financial advice. It's not a promise. But I guess I'm the only one who can fully know. But we give you the opportunity. This is what exists in meme coins. I found other ones like this. Suki on Solana. This is one I like. This is one that I've seen the clues. I've seen enough. People say, oh, these people are crazy. I understand it. It's based on belief. I've seen proof. I've seen proof in my own life. If you could see the synchronicities that I could see, you would be so bullish. It's insane. And we haven't even started the topic yet. Okay, anyway, I made that tweet. I just want to tell you, it can be low, it can be small, it will be real. And in time, DreamCat will become one of the biggest community of dreamers in the world. Okay, I want to show you something else, 2 more things, and then we actually start the show. Next, where's my mind? Yeah, I talked today about, I literally just talked to you about secret societies. I watched 3 movies about hidden agendas, Illuminati, et cetera, because this is how I'm learning. Okay, this is if you use a different lens on life, you can really learn a lot of things this way. Here's what I want to show you next. Oh no, wait, no, it's not a song. It'll work. Okay, check this out. I made this post on DreamCat. Okay, check out this post, and our posts are leveling up. So watch out. Does anyone recognize this? Does anyone recognize this? This is a clip from The Simpsons. Off to the left, you have Jesus Christ himself. Off to the right, this pyramid, this one eye, resembles the Illuminati. Okay, the Illuminati basically run the world. Secret societies, blah, blah, blah. In the middle, we've replaced one of the other historic figures with DreamCat. In the clip, they say, buy crypto, suckers. and we've replaced it with Buy Crypto Dreamers, because now I'm going to break it down for you. This is like the crypto side of the fence before we hit the big wig here. Now I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to show you the video, and I'm going to, again, just break down what I'm preaching today. Check this out. Here's the clip so you can see it. Simple. Very, very simple, okay? Now, Buy Crypto Suckers. If you are any type of conspiracy theorist and you go back in time and look at anything that's ever freaking happened, this is why it's not wasted time when I study history, when I study, how the world works, when I study consciousness, because to me, it all ties into the confidence that I have moving in the dream. If you study events that happen, after they happen, every single time, people connect strings backwards to the clues. Oh my gosh, this giant terrorist attack just happened. Oh my gosh, this giant global pandemic just happened. Oh my gosh, so-and-so became president. Oh my gosh, we renamed this, we did this. And people say, oh my gosh, are they time travelers from the future? No, they're not time travelers. You just don't understand yet that the entire world is an illusion. It's a script, just like your life. That's why I'm so excited, because we can follow our own script to play out the movie. And this is how the world works. It is a script. It's not as free will as you think. I don't want to get too deep. I'll pump the brakes. But okay, anyway, every single time, there's always clues. That video, Buy Crypto Suckers from the Illuminati Triangle, came out in 2021 in October. At that time, Bitcoin was 45,000 market cap. It topped 2 months later. It's 69,000 market cap, and it came all the way back down to like 15K. Now, you watch that and you could have said, oh man, I bought as soon as the episode came up. They tricked me. It went down. This thing's a scam. This thing's a lie. But then if you waited 3 more years till 2025, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it was, till 2025, Buy Crypto Suckers would have got you, I don't know, a 12x in Bitcoin, 12x, 20x in Solana, and a bunch of meme coins. And now we're down again. And I'm telling you that I understand the game. Just like they're screaming to you, Buy Crypto Suckers, I'm screaming to you, Buy Crypto Dreamers. But now, let's catch on to this. Suckers, they're mocking us. What if it's a trick? What if they're telling us this because they, I don't know, like they want to do something nefarious? Or why would they tell us what to do? Why would they help us, right? Well, I'm going to explain to you why you would be a sucker, okay? What would make you a sucker? The Illuminati mocks you. This is their favorite form of truth. They tell you the truth, but they have to mock you. They have to make fun of you. They have to tell you to your face that it's fantasy. They put it in movies and just say, oh, it's all imaginary, when in fact, it's future forecasting. Like I've already mentioned, pandemics, terrorist attacks, Mars, for example. You guys want to know something crazy? Should I just drop something insane? Because this is where I'm moving. I'm just going to drop something insane on you. Actually, I want to see who's here. Let's see. We got a few people here. Why is that? Mick Bolton. You know how every time you pick up a pizza from one shop in town, wait. Oh, this is interesting. Hold on. Mick Boltron. Sorry, guys. I'm not in the comments. I'm sorry. Hello, Mike. No, I'm not AI. Hello, Adabola. New PFP, it looks like. GM. It has been a minute. Welcome back. Empress first, I see. Crypto Empress friend. Shout out to you. And then we got Mick Bolton here. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Let's see if you're still with us. You know how every time you go pick up a pizza from that one shop in town, the white boys in the shop are always listening to the modern rock station and the Sublime song Centeria is playing? So I haven't noticed this scenario myself. I do like pizza, but I haven't noticed this scenario myself. But what I will say to relate to that, in case you were catching on to some of the like how the world's fake, how these things happen, I will tell you one thing that I talked about on a podcast last week was that, do you notice, have you ever gone to a restaurant and no one's there at first, and soon after you get there, a bunch of people start showing up when at first you're there all by yourself? I know that's a real phenomenon. And they say, well, why does that happen? You know, now that I think about it, I've never really thought about it, but you're right. I show up and there's really nobody there. It's dead. And then shortly after everyone shows up. And that's when people say, dude, you're overthinking it. That's a coincidence, bro. It's rush hour. It's dinner time. Why would that be? That would be deeper stuff, man. And we're just getting into it. I'm going into consciousness full tilt. I'm going into, I guess you could say, conspiracy, because I don't want to hold back who I am and give you guys, I'm just going to give it to the dreamers, man. If you're here for the journey, you get it in real time. Use it. Why does that happen? Because there's not that many main characters on Earth, right? Earth is a system for you to learn lessons. But there's a lot of people here who aren't the main character. NPCs, they're background characters. They're supporting actors. And they fill in the journey for you. That would be the reason why. And if you go deeper and deeper and you say, how many people are authentic souls on a purpose? Not 100%, not even close. I'll tell you, the numbers blew my mind. I can't say everything, but if you're still here on that topic, maybe I can relate. Now, okay, I see a few people in the chat. Amos, you want to know something crazy? I'm about to tell you guys something insane right now that, I mean, I guess I don't care if anyone calls me out. I don't really care. I don't follow the mainstream, what people say. All right. So just know that we may say some outlandish things. Elon Musk says he's going to Mars. He says, we want to populate Mars. We want to go to Mars. That's why we're building this big ship, and humans can be on Mars. We want the population to dream big, be multi-planetary, bing, boom, boom, bam. We've been on Mars for decades. There's civilizations already on Mars, and you don't even need rocket ships to get there. There's a mind blower to expand your consciousness. And guess what else? A mainstream talking point is, oh, we went to the moon a long time ago, but everyone knows that actually wasn't true. That was faked in a Hollywood studio, right? The moon landing as we know it, this is almost mainstream information now, was not the actual moon. You can literally see the strings. If you watch it again, you'd be like, it doesn't even make sense. However, so a lot of people think, oh, we've actually never been to the moon. It was all faked. We've never been there. The firmament, we can't leave. When in fact, we have been to the moon. Now, I don't care if you believe me or not. Not only have we been to the moon, we're super there. We're set up. Lots of things are there beyond human beings. There's the bases. There's people underground. There's people above ground. It's the mainstream. However, if you don't want to just believe the hearsay of what I'm saying, or you're asking me where I'm getting it from, go watch TV. Go watch TV, and the movies will tell you this as fantasy. For example, there's a movie about the Germans, the Nazis, setting up camp on the dark side of the moon. That is based in not as close as possible, but like it is said that the first people to set up shop on the dark side of the moon actually was the Nazis. There's a whole entire movie about this, okay? You see things in Disney movies and you're like, well, this isn't even real. Why do they put this in there? Because it is. So I say all that. I'm still haven't even started yet. Okay, I'm getting back to this post. And I said, the Illuminati mocks you. It's their favorite form of truth. The pandemics, the terrorist attacks, Mars. Everything is forecasted through jokes and movies first, for a few examples. Now, he said, buy crypto, sucker. So why are you the sucker? Here is why you are the sucker if you buy crypto. Okay, because how would they want to help us? Because you think you're escaping by buying crypto, by buying XRP, for example. You believe you're escaping the matrix. You believe, man, XRP is going to change the future of finance. And, we know the future of finance is run by the Rothschild banking system and they, run the world and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to get ahead. The Rothschilds were some of the first people buying XRP in the very, very beginning. They're calling you suckers because crypto is a decentralized, against the big elites, free yourself system, and they already bought it. You're literally pumping their bags, which is how, in essence, you're always chasing the bone. You're just the dog in their little game. You're at the pound and you don't even know it. You're the little puppet and they're moving the strings. That's why you're a sucker. Because you're pumping their bags. Okay? Point number one. Second point, why are you a sucker? Why buy crypto, sucker? Because you're a sucker because The system that can free you, crypto, how can it free you? It can make you rich. It can make you beat time. It can make you be able to escape your 9 to 5. It can make you get the money for your house. It is an outlet. This is true. This is real. This has already freed people who have already come and left, and their life's so changed that it doesn't even matter. The system that can free you is also the one that is going to enslave you deeper. Yes, I'm still pro crypto, but this is true. When dollar bills go away, it's going to be an unfortunate thing, because right now, if you want any form of privacy, you can go to an ATM, buy something in cash. If you go to Walmart and you buy something on your credit card, it can be backtracked to see exactly what you bought. And you think, I don't care. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not doing anything, until the world gets crazy, right? Until you can't say free speech anymore, and you say something that's free speech, and they say, well, we're going to shut you down because that's not the narrative we want to push. That is the downside of crypto, why you're a sucker, because the system that can free you is one that can enslave you deeper. They can turn your money off. They can turn your money on. They can make regulations. They can stop it. They can tax you heavier, right? All those different things. They can freeze it. They can shut down the online system. They can do all these things to curve you, say they're not going to accept it. Try to make CBDCs control everything. That's the second reason you're a sucker. However, with all that said, you're still a genius if you follow what they're telling you, because it's truth in plain sight. And they're trying to warn you, and that's why I made the post, and I'm telling you right now, so you can win. Because crypto is all the money. It will be fully adopted and is going to be just as mainstream as having a Facebook and having a cell phone. That is how mainstream crypto is going to be. Like, everyone has a Facebook. Your grandma has a Facebook. Everyone has a cell phone. No matter what country you're from, how much money you have a cell phone. Everyone does. That is how mainstream crypto is going to be. So we just diagnose that in real time. Why are you a sucker? That's why. Why can you be smart and pay attention? Because it is getting adopted. It is going full tilt. It's not going anywhere. NFTs, we're still not sure. Crypto, totally. Meme coins, debatable. I'm taking that bet. All right. Now, lastly, cheese and crackers. I've just been rambling, but I hope you can get something powerful. Okay. And on that topic, I'm just free form. I'm free forming all the way. All right. On that topic, number one, my PFP's in 4K now. That looks crispy. New PFP, leveling up the quality a little bit. Number two, I just shared a lot of stuff with you guys. I don't know if we have our normal audience here, but I want to make this announcement too, because this podcast is a trail of the dream journey. It's going to take so much work to go back and listen to all these, but I'm going to be proven right on the big scale. Not about everything. Naturally, I'm not that egotistical, but I started throwing out big things today, talking about Mars, talking about the Rothschilds. I dream monumentally big. I love ice cream. Thoughts, inspiration, and consciousness. I'm adding this into my content. Consciousness is going to come through Dreamcat. Consciousness is going to come through my tweets, and I'm going to talk about it. So I just want to warn you about that, because it's a huge piece of my life. It's something that the things I know now, they're more profound than anything I've ever taught you before. My mind has exploded. But I'm going to talk about some of these. And next week, we're going to talk about multi-dimensionality and the higher self. So gear up. You're going to learn more here in Dream Talk. I think people are going to take quantum leaps of things they didn't even know were real. And you are not only going to be positioned to make your dream come true, to capitalize on crypto, to become someone battle-tested, strong, a legend, but on top of all that, you may just expand your consciousness and learn more about the human life. Okay? Anyway, last thing before we start the conversation that's juicy and full of depth is I want to show you the newest Dreamcat post. So we posted a Dreamcat TikTok today. We posted a Dreamcat Instagram Reel today. I posted an Instagram Reel on my personal page today. I made lots of content. Very productive day. All right, check this out. You ready? I want to show you the newest post. The quality of our posts is going to go up significantly because we're leveling up. All right, you ready? Check it. Newest edit. If only you could see the beginning right now. And in the future, it's going to be even better than this. I'm proud of this because this is top tier quality. It says, embrace the pain. Pressure creates greatness. You can look at the screen. It has Dreamcat and like 50K. Buildings on fire, volcanic ground, red charts going down. And it's so accurate. As dreamers, we embrace the pain of our dream journey, which I experienced, the pain of, gosh, being a crypto investor, right? So, new line of content coming out. We want to put out more and more every day. We want to level up everything. And that's what I'm getting to next for the main topic. But that's all the crypto related updates. Now we're going to get into the topic. And this is where we feel like we can serve you most. Okay. And I'm sorry it took so long, but we had to get through that. I hope you could benefit. Winning the invisible war in your mind. Let's get back into this topic. There's lots of invisible wars. Anxiety is an invisible war. Depression is an invisible war. Hallucinations, schizophrenia, an invisible war. Maybe self-doubt, doubting your identity, doubting what's possible for you is an invisible war. People look at you on the outside. You can throw a smile on your face. You can still show up to work. You can still show up to the dream. But internally, you're squirming inside. Internally, you're suffering, or you're, just really unmotivated. You're just dragging your feet. You're not enthusiastic and excited. You're just trying the best you can. An invisible war. As dreamers, those were a few easy to grasp ideas. But as dreamers, we have many more invisible wars. Let me give you an example. I'll tell you some of mine. An invisible war. I'm blessed. I am blessed beyond measure. I'm so grateful. In one essence, I'm living the dream right now. I can go to a theme park tomorrow if I want. I can buy the ice cream I want. My immediate needs are met, right? That's the thing. My immediate needs are met. I have a place to sleep. I have power. I have food. I'm still moving towards my goals. My clothes are taken care of. On the surface, all of my immediate needs are met. Therefore, in an essence, I'm living the dream. And you could look and say, dude, what are you struggling for? I'm out here freaking eating noodles for dinner, a cup of noodles, and you can go to Chipotle today. Dude, what are you talking about? You have it so good. This is what the invisible war is called. There are people who have billions of dollars who are miserable because maybe they're guilty about how they made it. They're miserable because they thought the money would make them happy, but they lost their whole family in the process, and it doesn't fill the void because they have nothing that serves other people and they feel empty inside. An invisible war for me is, even if my needs are met, even if we're posting and we're growing, there's a couple things that stir me up, that are hurting, that are pain. The big one for me just ties into a few things. It's knowing who I can be, who I am. It's not even who I can be. I already am. I know I am, but not living up to that level. I actually realized I am, sometimes ignorance is bliss. I understand so deeply that suppressed thoughts and emotions will make you sick, and I don't even get sick. And I started worrying that I was going to get sick because I knew I was intentionally avoiding something that was in alignment with my purpose and that I have to do. And I just kept willingly putting it off to the side because I can. It's the blessing and the curse of the level of freedom I have. Oh, free will. I can just go to the gym. I can just go to Disney World today. I can just watch a movie at night if I want to. No, there is no boss saying if you don't do it, you're fired. And we're going to talk about a couple things that I'm going to speak about briefly today. We're going to talk about the freedom, the blessing and the curse, and how it's a transitions phase. That's 3 weeks from now. And next week, we're going to talk about the higher self, which also came up in this whole conundrum topic. But that is something that I face as one, knowing I can live up to my potential, I'm not. Two, procrastinating and acknowledging the procrastination. When I left last week for 6 days, the thing that I needed to do, I had ignored for over 2 months, actually closer to 3 months. If I'm being honest and transparent with you, almost 3 months. Oh, we're doing a good thing here. We're still talking to an attorney, but The thing that matters the most, the thing that will make Dreamcat go, the thing that will make the price go up is ignored and neglected. And in essence, even in procrastination, it's also self-sabotage. Now, when I thought about doing this very hard thing, which I'll just tell you what it was creating content. Okay. We're here on X. I shout out to Peanut. I was listening to one of his spaces earlier and he said, people were talking about, actually Bubba and Cody were talking about this too, how you can put yourself in different places besides X, right? What can you do on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok or Twitch or whatever? And yeah, valid point and good. I'm here, whatever, but I know that one of the catalysts that I have in my tool belt when I am the visionary, how is Dream going to go to millions? How is that even possible? From content creation. And I already know everything. I know what to do. I have the resources to do it. I'm more than capable of executing on it. I see people who are far less qualified than me do it above and beyond. And so in essence, my dream life, the biggest fulfillment for me is not, money. It would probably be making a living off of dreams, right? If I can fully monetize on social media and talk about my dreams and never work again, I'm completely free and I'm going to change the world. That's happening no matter what. But the thing is, when? Why wait? What if you miss your exit? What if you get too comfortable? What if you say, there's tomorrow, there's next week, there's next month. It doesn't matter if everyone leaves. It doesn't matter if I fail for a little bit because I'll just do it later. And keep in mind, as I speak, I'm sharing my story, but I want you to keep this frame of reference for you. Because chances are each and every one of you have some invisible war going on in your mind, something that makes you procrastinate. There's something in you that you're supposed to do. And when you think about it, you do everything in your power to do nothing, to avoid it. Well, that's what I wanted to research. Okay. And before I get into that, I'll say the thing for me is content creation. It's creating videos, posting super regularly, getting that momentum. It takes one viral video. It only takes one. One video goes to 3 million views, it's over. Dream goes to the moon. Just one video. I'm willing to dream until reality. It's all available. It's all available. And that's what's the hard part about it. That's what's the hard part about it. So that was my issue. That was my problem. And I wanted to know, first of all, I said, I'm sorry, I got to step away. This is just unacceptable. And here's one thing to note. If you are procrastinating, if you are avoiding something, if you are self-sabotaging, it will continue until there is a strong enough variable wild card that stops you in your tracks and forces you to adjust. And that's exactly what happened to me. The pain got too strong. I said, oh shit, I'm about to, I'm probably going to mess around and get sick. I can't even ignore this for another day. I have to do this. Boiling point, breaking point. So I said, hey, I'm going to punish myself. This is a form of making yourself do something hard. If in your free will, if no one's on your shoulder, if you don't have an accountability partner, if your mom isn't telling you what to do, if your boss isn't telling you what to do, and you need to do something really hard, you can set up a punishment system, right? So I posted, I said, I want to show up every day. I want to be on X. I want to be on TG, but I'm not posting in Telegram. I'm not posting on Instagram. I'm not posting on the Genie or Dreamcat Solana until I post my first video on my new social media pages. I'm not posting until I did it. That took me 6 days. It could have taken 1 hour, but it took me 6 days. It was still pulling teeth, and I still have more room to go. But now, before I get into the whole nitty-gritty of that, let me give you more alpha, because I want you to win. I want you to learn. So I wanted to know what's wrong with me. I said, when you're stuck, it's always nice to open a book and pretend like you're learning and learn something new, but let's leverage the tools available and figure out, why am I doing this? And so I've leveraged AI, which is my new favorite tool. I use ChatGPT, and I would encourage you to do this. ChatGPT can teach you how to make your podcast get lots of views. ChatGPT can give you viral hooks. ChatGPT can teach you about astrology. ChatGPT can be your counselor. ChatGPT can be a podcast host. I've been using ChatGPT to interview me on a podcast of my future self 3 years from now. And it's helped me. It's given me ideas. There are a lot of ways to leverage it. I'm using ChatGPT. I used it today. I'll show you right now. Watch this. Let me show you another way I'm using ChatGPT. I'm using it. So another thing I'm doing is, you see this blue suit. Some people say, like, if they don't know me, they'll be like, dude, you kind of look like an insurance guy. You kind of look like a sleazy car salesman. You kind of look like a whatever. Well, no worries, friends. This is going to be Dreamcat's blue suit. It was my favorite. But something I'm doing, the way you're always working towards the dream, is I'm building. Error occurred. Are you joking? I'm building a identity. So when you are building a character, this is just alpha on alpha. If you are building a brand for yourself, maybe you by yourself only has so much power, but maybe Libre, the character, or maybe Famous Amos, the cat who wears a chain, that person can do everything. That person posts motivational quotes. That person is not limited to their surroundings because they're a certain type of character. They carry themselves in a certain way. Well, I am Zach Krupp, but what I am doing is I am building a dream character, and I'll pump the brakes because we'll talk about that in next week's. But let me show you this. Here is another way that I've used social media. I took a picture of my face, and I've crafted wardrobes of all different kinds. I did 10 of these today. And I'm using these to reverse engineer the style that looks best on me. We are revolutionizing shopping, right? Because you can figure out, man, like, what's my best look? And you can just put all these clothes on and visualize it perfectly. You don't have to just look at the clothes. Personally, I really like the black turtleneck with like a jacket over it. So I'm really drawn to these. So I made a bunch of these. This is another way I've used AI to help build my identity, which is all going to be a part of the future. Well, the thing that I actually did, the thing that you want to know here, is I used ChatGPT to figure out who I am and what's wrong with me. I said, ChatGPT, I told it everything about me. I said, here's the rules. I'm trying to figure out how to optimize my life. I want to know the best times to wake up, who I should date, who I should marry, what kind of habits suit me, all based on my archetype. Okay. Like, we all have, some people are shy, some people are outgoing, right? There's like different characteristics to you. And I said, here's what I want to find out. I want to optimize me. I'm going to tell you everything about me. And I want you to ask me a series of 10 questions that lets you know everything you need to know to identify my ideal archetype that would make me achieve my dream. And so I went through that process, and I basically said, I displayed all my characteristics. I said, sometimes I procrastinate for a long time, but as soon as I get momentum and break the ice, I'm the best in the world. I'm Ricky Bobby, right? I said, sometimes I am self-started and self-motivated, but sometimes if I have too much freedom or I don't have structure that keeps me like really locked in, I drift or I coast or I struggle. So I want freedom and I want structure at the same time. And so I went through and I asked all these questions. I told it everything about me through these questions in the most detail I could. And at the end, I had a sort of synopsis of how my personality type is built, what best serves me, what are the biggest risks for me not making my dreams come true, what are the biggest benefits of who I am. And I'm going to make a mega post on this, and I'm going to share a dozen of these screenshots on the Genie. And obviously, in an essence, I understand this. Everyone cares about themselves. So you may not care about that. But if you want to know what are the kind of thoughts that are behind the dev of Dreamcat, this is like deeper, I guess, research. Like, I like to see personally the person behind the project. I want to know what kind of thoughts they have, what kind of character they have, how they carry themselves, what kind of things do they do? Do they party every weekend? Are they locked in? I want to know all these things. And so this really helped me know me better. But what would be the power of doing this for you? Especially if you're battling an invisible war inside of your mind. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few of these screenshots, just two. Maybe I'll read you a couple more, and then we'll just continue onwards. All right, here we go. So I think this is, you're not going to be able to read this, keep in mind. So I'm just going to read. I'm not even going to, maybe I'll show you for a second. It's gonna be really hard for you to read because I can't zoom in. But if you want to take a look, zoom in, look at your screen right now, and look what's on there if you want to just get an idea what I'm talking about. So this is just one example I pulled to share with you. And so it says, this was based on everything you said, you fall into this category. It said, I am high agency, high potential, low constraint personality. So it's breaking down my personality. So the plus side of this is it says, this is actually the exact personality type that can build huge things. So this was another breakthrough in my life, because as I went through this, it reinforced that I'm on the right track. It basically said, like, people who have these kind of tendencies are entrepreneurs, founders, investors, coaches. It's like, what do you know? Everything that aligns with me. I'm basically aligned with what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm drawn to. But what it says, here are the strengths of this kind of person. This kind of person is a visionary. They're strategic. They're independent. They're creative. They're capable of deep focus. I can agree with those things. What are the weaknesses of this kind of person? Avoidance of defining tasks. This is something for me. Environment sensitivity. This is huge for me. Dopamine distractions. That could basically be a kryptonite for me. I could say I come on X to raid or talk about stuff and then I read something. Kryptonite. No imposed structure. This was the most accurate, after I said the 10 questions, this was the most accurate deciphering of my life possible. And so it gave me lots of things. I'm going to tell you how to break it down. What do you need to change? What kind of habits do you need? What could you employ? It told me all these things, but it told me who I am and reinforced, oh, here's the things you should look out for. Some of the biggest issues. So I can put things in place to, I'll tell you, like, a few of the things. It says no imposed structure. So one thing I struggle with is my workplace environment. I basically work from home. So I decided I can't work from here. When I try to work from here, it doesn't work. This is for podcasts only. I said, I got to go work in the office, or I got to go work, at my counter. So I set that standard. Another thing, what was, it's not that important. Let's move on. I caught myself rambling. Let's move on. I just want to get this out for you and carry on. Because you can only care enough to a degree. If you already know you can find out your own archetype, boom, then you're a winner. Okay, next. Core profile, the explorer and builder. So this was another thing I learned about myself doing this. It says, you're someone whose energy flows through three main states rather than one consistent schedule. Exploration, building, teaching, and sharing. Those three are the loop that keeps you alive mentally. If one is missing, you start to feel stuck. So this explained the cycle, right? You get excited about something, then you're so inspired by life that something else calls you over here. And so it asked me these questions like, what are you going to do for the next 10 years or this? And I said, the way I described it is, I says, the way I see my life is, it's not about consistent frameworks. I'm not like Alex Hormozy. Alex Hormozy is a machine. I said, I only care about travel for a cycle. I have an ambition to travel for 2 years, and then I might not travel for 6. It's just a checklist. It's part of a cycle. And so it broke this down, explained it so thoroughly. And guys, I mean, this was huge for me. This was literally huge for me. So I hope it could serve you in some way. I just want to see if there's anything else here worthwhile to read you on my phone. But that's the frontline basis of the tool. And I'm going to tell you a few more things to go deeper. So that's not the gist, but just the tool. And you don't necessarily care about all this stuff. I just want to see if there's anything else relevant to share that could be useful. Key truths. Okay, it told me key truths, micro steps, emotion, identity, success, failure patterns. High potential for success. When activated, your archetype is capable of exponential output. Big ideas, well executed, can create massive impact. I've tapped into this twice in the last week. I know it exists. High failure risk. The biggest failure is basically staying in dreamer mode for too long. So it says you gotta force execution. And so that's what we're doing. Let's see, anything else? It says my archetype is 3 to 7% of the population. That's also bullish for dream, right? Everyone wants to be the one. Everyone wants to be a dreamer, but not everyone is actually special. Some people aren't meant to do like a certain task. Doesn't mean they're not special in some regard, but not everyone should launch a meme coin, right? We all have access now, but the archetype fits the rare breed narrative. It fits the $1 billion dream. Okay, yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, anyway, I digress. I'm going to make a post about them. If you want to read them, you can on Genie. I'll maybe try to post that tonight. 12 different things. Boom, bam, bing. Now, let's dive into you deeper. And let's loop it back to crypto. And now I want to drive it home. I'm willing to bet that there's something in your life right now that you're supposed to be doing that you're avoiding. You know what to do, but just like me, everything in your body is going against you. When I say I thought about doing the thing that I needed to do, I would do mindless shit that makes me upset. Like, I really would love to read books every day, but I don't have time. But because I don't want to do this next task, I'm going to self-sabotage and just start scrolling or do something else. It was like internally holding me back. So I had to break that. And I'm willing to bet something like this is going on for you. You do know what to do. You know it could level you up. I know this for a lot of people who want to make their dreams come true and say, this year will be my year. You know what it takes. You know you could do more. You know you're not doing your best. And that might be painful. We want to address that. As a dreamer, here's something for you to know. And this was something that I took away from this exercise, that I was battling an invisible war in my mind. It took me 6 days. I made my first video. It's done. Good. It's over with. I made a second video today. Boom. 2 are done. 2 are done in 6 days. And it took 3 months with 0. Hey, we're on track. I want to get 5, 6 done. And I'm going to hit momentum. And I'm going to take over the world eventually. I'm going to do one more diversion. I'm going to read you 3 bullish tweets. This is how my mind talks when it is stimulated. When you stimulate the dreamer inside of you, that version of you, I'm bleeding into next week's topic. That version of you is going to take over the world. Here are 3 tweets that I saved to my draft today that came when my mind was firing on all cylinders. You feel bad about yourself because you're not doing the work, because you're not living up to your potential, because you know what you're capable of. Do the work and your brain will do so many favors for you in the form of thoughts, ideas, and hunger. That is a freaking truth that you will understand. Next, it's okay to feel like quitting, but don't. These feelings will pass. And if you resist long enough, you will know what it feels like to be fucking invincible. And that is how I felt today. And I only swear with enthusiasm. That is literally what happens. Do you want to feel that way? Because when I tapped in, I started to see it. It's momentum. It's tapping in. It's posting this video. It's doing this. It's seeing this. It's seeing it in your mind. You're like, it's right there in front of me. All I literally have to do is do the work. I can see it. But so often, you don't see the how. You don't see how it can happen in your life. You're just like stuck where you're at. You're like, I don't know how it's going to happen. But when you can see it, you feel this way. And sometimes I've never quit. I won't ever quit. But sometimes I do feel bad. These feelings will pass. And if you resist long enough, you will know what it feels like to be fucking invincible. Rare F-bomb. And thirdly, the other power one, because they were just flowing. This all came out in like, gosh, I don't know, like 5 minutes. Here's another powerful one. Your mind is a machine. And you are its master. Command greatness. Your mind will respond accordingly. And instead of you being a slave to your mind will be controlled by you. And when your mind is controlled by you, based on the forced stimulation that you pointed towards, you will become effing invincible. Okay? So that was what happened to me when I stimulated my mind. Now, flipping it back to you. As a dreamer, something you're going to be constantly seeking in your journey is reassurance. Okay, this is huge. It applies to crypto, it applies to your investments, and it applies to your life. Reassurance. What do I mean? Okay, you're going to college, you're getting a degree, and you're in a class, and it's not making sense. You're like, oh man, did I make the wrong decision? You get a career, you're working there for 2 years. It's tough. You're struggling right off the bat. It's an adjustment. Did I make the right choice? Let me get reinsurance. Hey, Dad, you got a new job. Can you give me any advice? Hey, friends in Web3. Hey, Siri, whatever you need, you read a book, you go to the library, you ask AI a question, you look for reinsurance to make sure that your decision was correct, that you're on the right path. This is what you look for. This also applies in Web3. You invest in a bag. In the beginning, you buy an emotion. You hear something like today. Anyone who is locked in today who doesn't own Dream would have to say, man, it would be if I'm anything into dreamers and self-help, or I don't know if there's anything there. I've seen something unusual. This is 50K. Most projects, like this at least hit 10, 20 million. Maybe I take a swing at it. You could feel great today. 2 months from now, if you're not tapped in the feeling, if you're just watching the chart, if you're just walking your bag, you'll be looking for reassurance. A couple weeks from now, I'm going to tell you how to build this reassurance, which is how you make your dreams come true as well. Because most people quit because they can't find the reassurance, or they aren't willing to look for it. They quit. They give up. These are risks that happen to you when you're looking for the reassurance and you don't find it. Well, I went looking for the reassurance and I found it everywhere. It was very fulfilling to me to find the reassurance. And the reassurance for me was, first of all, sometimes you doubt, like, oh man, what if I used to be really excited about basketball. What if like crypto and building my big dream is not what I'm supposed to do? And like God and the universe has a bigger plan for me. Like that would suck. I'm in love with this. I want to do this. No, I found the signs. It is the thing. I found the thing. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. Proven. Well, there was another problem is in looking for the reassurance. There was a multitude of things that I looked at. What was it? I pulled it up. My archetype matches. I even looked at astrology just for the heck of it. I never believed in astrology for my whole life. It was the most accurate thing ever. So I'll give you the idea right here because we're talking about newer things now. I'm just giving you bonuses. So to be fair, I'll just tell you my background. I come from a Christian background. So from my background, astrology is evil. Even new age things are evil. And you have to go through your own journey of development of whatever you believe in, whatever faith you are. I respect it. Okay. I'm not trying to push anything on you. Listen with an open mind or a closed mind. It's perfectly fine. I'm just letting you know what my belief used to be, like astrology, evil, wrong. God is the answer. Jesus is the answer, right? Well, I started seeing things that aligned. I started learning more and I said, let me look into this. So I found out exactly when I was born. This happened in the 6 days too. Hey mom, when was I born? I was born at 9:50 p.m. at night. So I plug in my birth year, I plug in this town and where I was born, and I plug in the exact time I was born. This actually matters. Your personality type, if you're a dreamer, if you're ambitious, if you're not ambitious, if you look at the birthday stuff, your personality type, the archetype does align literally with the exact time you were born. That's what's crazy. It's like, whoa, it knows exactly. And how does it know exactly what kind of girl I find attractive or what I need in a relationship? This doesn't even make sense. How would it know? Because it's not as crazy as we think. We're like Play-Doh that's shaped and molded based on when we were born. So anyway, I digress. I figured out when I was born, and it supported my entire life. It supported my entire life. All the ways I think. These are some of maybe you're super ambitious. You are a huge dreamer. You do things outside the lines. You don't want to conform to structure, blah, blah, blah. Everything I read that served as reassurance. I spoke with my mother on the phone. We had a synchronicity that happened. I've had more synchronicities since I moved to Florida than in my entire life before. This is coming to a boiling point. The bullishness of this means I'm on my trajectory to make my dream come true. And your path for so long, there might be white noise. You may go through series of not knowing who you are and what you're going to do and what you're supposed to do with your life. And then you go through series where you get aligned and you figure it out. And synchronicities, which we talked about a few weeks ago, are flying in my life. Basically what this means is it's like signs from the universe where I'm looking for reassurance and they slap me in the face. One of those is the signs right behind me, right? I got these signs in a very divine way, very synchronistic. 5 days before I left South Carolina, I was at an impasse. I didn't know what to do. These signs and the ones in my room spoke to me. The synchronicity I have with my mother is she brought it to me. She said, hey, I want to dox where I live. That could be really dangerous. But where I live It says my name in her phone, like Zach. It says my name, and then under that, it says where I live, right? So it could say, let's just say it says Orlando. So it says Zach Orlando. In some places, I don't know. It could say, I don't know, where do you live, Zach? Or I don't know, Amos Logos or something, right? Anyway, she looked at her phone. She's like, did you ever realize? Because I don't live with what the phone says. I don't live where the phone says. I live somewhere else. So I didn't realize. And she sent me a screenshot while we were on the phone having this like change the world conversation. She said, did you ever realize that this says this? And I said, it was a synchronicity showing me that I didn't move because of that. It was a coincidence. There are no coincidences. There are no coincidences. So it was a coincidence, but it was popping off the page. There is that reassurance again. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I am on the right track. Okay. So you may be looking for these, looking for the reassurance. One way to do this is use the AI therapist, right? Leverage AI, leverage these tools. ChatGPT is free. I'm pretty impressed. It's given me some pretty good edits, some pretty good, Amos, you're hopping over on YouTube, huh? Different. So you can see two views now. There's a widescreen and there's a vertical, keeping it interesting. Shout out to you. Let's see if we got anyone else in the building who pulled up. Man, quiet. That's what I get for leaving for a week. Momentum, right? Oh man, Zach's not coming. We normally have at least our OGs. So Amos, you're going to benefit the most and you're in the running for the MVP unless someone sweeps you away for it. But leverage these tools. They're amazing to me. I've been using them so much to help me reverse engineer. Now, I want to tell you a few more things. And then I think that's mostly it. We'll do the Dreamcat quote of the day. We'll do giveaways and we'll take a look at the chart and then we're done. And then I'm going to the gym. All right. So I did all this. And how did I learned who I am. I made the video, but did I do it through pure will? What did I change? Well, here's a few things. I got a fresh new piece of paper and I wrote out a couple things. One, I started mapping out the dream version of me. This is something I'm doing right now and it's going to happen in the next week. Next week is going to be the next 4 weeks are going to be incredible conversations. They're already planned out. We never planned that far ahead. It's ready for you. Are you ready to win? Are you ready to make your dream come true? I'm a dream chaser. Do you want to chase dreams? I want to rock with you. I want to support you. Matter of fact, actually, Amos, I'm going to shout you out, and it's not like fluff. I'm going to shout you out because if I'm looking at the dreamers who, look, if you're a dreamer, you don't have to build a brand on Web3. You don't have to make money on Web3. You can just work your job. You can make a tweet. You can never tweet about us. Hang out on the live stream. There's lots of different ways to be a dreamer. Not everyone wants to be a Web3 creator. But there's two people in the dream community who didn't start this way, who I see taking this route. And I want to acknowledge their development because it's perfectly aligned with me, obviously. So I notice it. Like, you're attracting me. Like, no diddy. Both of you guys with your content are like magnets to me. And maybe it's because you're aligned with some of the stuff I'm putting out, so you have some of the same thoughts, right? But Libre and Amos, both building brands. I'm watching the stack, okay? Libre, I shout him out a lot. You guys know about Libre, but I want to focus on Amos for a second. I want to give you your flowers real quick. Here's why. There are a few shifts that you made that I noticed. One, you're diving into content more. You notice how saying GM is one level of response, okay? You get one level of feedback from people out there. But when you started making content that inspired people, you started giving something that was serving them. The GMs, I don't know if it's you're in a pump group or if it's just coincidence, but the GM started getting better. You started laying out motivational quotes now, positive energy, putting it out there, and people started responding. Another thing I see is whether it doesn't feel like AI. I mean, you could be getting inspiration from other people, and if so, just keep doing it. It's working. I don't know how swift you are with your words. Sometimes I borrow things. Sometimes I say straight from the dome. But you started shaping your words in a way where you are talking about the journey. I am in love with this, bro. You're saying things like, man, real stuff like, man, it's hard. I'm doing all this stuff, but we continue to show up every day. Now, why are you saying those things? Well, I don't know. Maybe they're in your own mind or whatever. But if you do listen to the laws that we speak about on these podcasts, if you listen to the Neville Goddard in the VC, This is what they teach. And if you understand this, brother, may be hard, may take a long time. You may hit a wall, and instead of waiting for the laws to pay off, you just level up yourself and change your actions that also change your results. That's another way to win. But you can win the game because you know the principles. I get how hard it is, especially because I'm not in your situation. You want to make, like, I don't need my bags to pump right now. Take as long as you need. I'm gonna win huge in the next decade. It may happen in 2 months or 6 years. I'm indifferent, right? I'm playing to win. But especially if you're trying to, make a swift change in your life this year, because a big win could help you position yourself, it's got to be twice as hard, 3 times as hard. Like I said, I'm comfortable. I'm so blessed, right? That I have my immediate needs met. So, dude, I can understand how it's so hard, but kudos to you, because even with all that, all the excuses you could make, if it means anything to you, man, proud to see your growth, proud to watch it. And I try to go out of my way to support the dreamers who support the dream. So you have a variation of a DreamCat PFP. I love, appreciate, and respect that. You don't even need to do that at all, but like, you decided to do it, cool. And you make content, cool. That helps Dream get known a little bit more, but you're building your own, you're living the brand, man. Positivity, uplifting others, the journey. This is the journey that I say, whoever wants to go on the journey, let's go. Let's go. Because if you're doing what you're doing, if you're doing what Libre is doing, what you're getting is feedback. Myself is Dev. When I do things, when I take actions, I get feedback. Okay. And it tells me how to do things better. And if you listen to these actively each week, you're actively chasing your dream. The stuff I put in the chat, the realizations are going to be relevant to you because you're active in the field. You're not just sitting on your back. And so this is one of the greatest benefits that the dream community can provide. For anyone who decides to chase their dream with us actively, they get the chance to basically, someone else is maybe doing the hard work before them. So like if I learn something on social media, how to crack the code, I'm automatically sharing that with the believers in the dream, right? I want to funnel you everything. So that's a benefit. That's a shortcut. That is the power of people supporting people. This is why community is powerful. And we're almost an individualized group of people right now. We're not even as deep as community. I'm just out here like building the pieces, and it comes together. But money and excitement brings everyone together. With that said, we're going to have the first VC that we've had in like 2 months, 3 months, the first community VC on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, before our Dreamers Library Book Club. So we will open up the VC, not MusicBot. I'll be there. Ben from New Zealand will be there. Maybe Ivan will show up, and any other dreamers who want to hang out, chat, vibe, catch up, and not just be on the commenting end, but want to be on the conversational end. We invite you to pull up, okay? We invite you to pull up. Honestly, at this point, I don't think I need to tell you the other things that I did, but I made a sheet of paper and I made some adjustments, changed my work environment. I'm changing a few other things, building my identity, blah, blah, blah. But it was powerful. It was powerful. It helped me move forward. Massive growth, high on life, improvement forward. What can I say? So I had to pull back, pull away, do something that's perceived negative. But in the process, it was powerful because what we're preaching is becoming. We want you to become. We don't just want you to like, just be mindless and just post every single day. If you could benefit from reevaluating who you are or figuring out better how you operate, that could be valuable for you to do to figure out how you can optimize your life. Maybe you've been staying up all night till 3 a.m., but you find out that your archetype thrives when you wake up in the morning early. This is what you got to find out about yourself. And this is the journey I'm on, which is very just fun journey to be on, to just be uncovering yourself. It's not about let's make DreamCat pump. It's like, let's figure out our entire life in the process. That's literally how I'm playing right now. Building the dream character in real time, publicly, with you guys. So, all right, let's move on. We're almost done. So, price chart. We say it, we'll document it for history. DreamCat is 47,000 market cap. Solana was down. took a dip. We haven't even really had sales. It's mostly liquidity. We've been chilling around, I think we went as low as 36,000 up to about 60,000. That's been our range. Oh, something else happened. I mean, he's probably listening to this. Peter, there was this guy, Peter, who kept buying and dumping on us. So he actually kept, volume in the chart was nice, but you can see where he stopped. He's actually slowed down. So he sold, he does still sell, and now he has like 6 wallets. So you can't track him anymore. He's pretty much the only person who buys and sells. To me, just none of this matters. It does matter to push, tell people about the dream. I mean, gosh, look, if you buy $25 of Dream today, that's 305,000 tokens. That means for like $85, you can get 1 million Dream. There's only 584 million Dream ever. A bunch of these are already claimed. How much is even available? How much Dream is even available? The big wallet should be the liquidity pool. Okay. So right now there's 73 million Dream available on the market. For $85, you can get 1 million. 73. Now you say, man, Zach, you're at matter of fact, that's synchronistic right there. What just happened? We have 73 viewers. We have 73 viewers. Oh, it just went down to 70. We had 73 viewers, and there was 73 million Dream available. If everyone buys the 1 million Dream that's available, you can't be a DreamCat millionaire. Someone would sell. It's going to cost you more money. DreamCat millionaire, if you do the moon math, is extremely powerful. And I want if you're listening to this, you deserve it. You deserve this position. You deserve, because you bought with belief, not with proof. By looking at this chart, nothing on this chart. If you're doing what I said earlier, oh, someone said the ticker is Dream. Let's look it up. Yeah, right, dude. This thing was a rug. This thing's going straight to zero. If only they knew. We're better than we've ever been. Things are moving in the right direction in every way possible. Okay. We're stepping into it. The content has to begin. I can see what's ahead, but you just don't understand how fast this can change. One video, one moment, one $10,000 buy, and the whole story changes. And then all the chart stuff will matter. So if you're a dreamer out there, just know, let's not stop pushing it. Let's, make tweets, share your convictions. If you consider yourself like that dreamer, make a shill tweet. Tell people. I tweet about it. When I tweet my main tweets, I tweet the truth that's in my head. If you don't have that conviction, no worries. But if you are a dreamer, these are ways that we can serve the project, guys. Tell people. I mean, it's everyone should have $25 of Dream. Every single person you know. You should buy it for them as a gift. Actually, no, because they wouldn't even understand it. They'd be better off if they didn't know they had it. But all I can do up here is speak from the podium and tell you what is from the founders, straight from the founder's mouth. This kind of stuff doesn't happen. What I'm saying, the words, actually, I'm going to tell you a side note. The words that I'm saying will be felt much deeper when we have results. This is how the world works. But let me tell you what's profound about this. When you don't need anything, everyone wants to give you things. When you don't need anything. Credit is a good example. I made a VC about this. In the beginning, I wanted credit so bad. I tried to get credit lines and no one wanted to give me credit. I smiled to myself and saw the future because I went into a bank and I said, hey, I want more credit. They said, why don't you just tell us how much you want? Any number you pick. And I got to say, oh, I have, a super high credit score. I have this much spend. I have no outstanding credit card debt. And I was the freaking MVP of that place. And it took me, 8 years or whatever from when I got my first credit card. And I just felt so powerful. And at that point, they're nice to me. Mr. Sir, come in the office. Maybe you want to open an account with us. Now they send me credit card offers that just give me money. They say, hey, we just want your business. We'll give you $600 for free. Now it's flipped. Now it's inverse. Now that I don't need the money, now they want to give me money because I don't need money. But when you need money, they're not going to want to give it to you. This is how the world works. Here I am shouting from the rooftops, but I don't mind. This is my way to play. I believe in belief through and through. DreamCat is a belief-based project. You get to win if you believe. I don't mind saying this because if one person listens and there's someone who's like me who says, man, they have the wherewithal to investigate, to learn, and they're listening to this podcast before it blows, they deserve to put that $85 or that $25 in and hold that for 10 years and see what that looks like from now. Because I will be here in 10 years. Okay. So anyway, point is, no one cares what I say right now. I can scream from the rooftops, but here's what's going to happen. We would love if people would make content for us. We would love if people would host Dreamcat spaces. Shout out to Ava and Cody doing a great job of that over in the Ninja Cat community, supporting Bubba Gump. It makes you more powerful and dynamic. We would love if people would do that. We would love if people would, start VCs in our chat, right? They're like super conversational and they connect the community because they're a wild card person and it's not all on me, right? It's someone else. We would love all those things. Let me tell you what's going to happen, what already happened before. When we have motion, everyone's going to offer. And by then, well, sure, bro, you're just one of 20 people. Everyone wants to make content for us. Everyone wants to work for the dream. Everyone wants to do this. Of course you want to be a part. Of course you want to get on a phone call. Of course you want to talk about the DMs. Of course you want to share your big idea with me on how I can implement. That's something I got a taste of when we were at the all-time highs for the first time. We had 6 content creators. It was all done for free. 6 content creators at once. They all happened as volunteers. That's what's going to happen again. And shout out to my man Libre. Libre is #1, man. Libre, man, he's a legend. He makes a lot of great Dreamcat pieces, and I'm finally leveling up and catching up to him. It just took me some time. So that's the chart. That's another rant. Let's go to the quote of the day. Even our quote of the days are leveling up. Check out this bad boy right here. Come on. The quote of the it's not just any quote of the day. It's the Dreamcat quote of the day. You know, Dream is the star of the show. I'm just a puppeteer behind the strings, but it's all about Dream. We're building Dream into a global brand. This is the vision, right? If you know about the rules of success, you know that you don't hope, wish, want, you simply decide. And a decision was made, and that's why it's already real. Dreamcat is a vehicle. Through this vehicle, we will build the largest community of dreamers in the world. You worry about the how, you worry about when, you worry about all that stuff. Watch, witness, look at the Instagram stories, wait for it to happen. Again, I humbly and respectfully don't care. All I care about is I just want you to win. I want you to win. I share the vision and we move forward. If it resonates with you, awesome. The Dreamcat quote of the day is simple. It says, you may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. There are invisible battles, wars going on in your mind. And just because you slay the dragon one time and post your first Instagram video, just because you slay the dragon for 1 week and read 10 minutes a day, just because you slay the dragon for 1 week and stop eating ice cream, doesn't mean the war and another attack won't come on you next week in a moment of weakness. To be a dreamer on a journey means you are going to have adversity multiple times. This is what shapes us. This is what creates us. This is what makes us great. Pressure builds diamonds. Lifting weights builds muscles. Breaking down the muscles builds the muscles. Hard things, hardships, struggles, that's what makes you the person who can carry the weight, who can slay the dragons, who can win the war. As dreamers, adopt it, realize it, accept it. And the next time your big hardship comes up, and you're, man, struggling like all means, like, man, this is the end, man, this is a setback. You don't have to let it hit the same anymore. It's not like, oh man, why is this happening to me? When you level up, you'll never say that again. You'll never say, even, God forbid, a death in your family. People don't understand death. Some people don't believe in, they say, if there was a God, my aunt wouldn't have died in a tornado. And that's how I know he's not real. They don't understand the deeper meaning of life. They don't understand the deeper meaning of this world. And your aunt is in her own life. She's just a little piece of your life. So you can't say, why did you take away my aunt? She's living her own life. I'm sure you loved her and she had an effect on you. But understand, next time you have a hardship, if you understand that the wars, the battles are going to come up again, then when they come, you embrace them because now you take the mindset of, this isn't happening to me to keep me away from my dream. This isn't happening to, wow, I'm just getting momentum. Now we get hacked right when we're about to get momentum. Trust that Dreamcat hack was a blessing in disguise. Maybe it's so some of the dreamers here can have the greatest opportunity, the believers. Maybe we were moving too fast. Maybe it would have got too bullish too fast and people would have seen too much proof and held on. But the hack somehow, even though it was painful, even though we lost this money in this position, it hurt the dream. It took us from, 360K down to 10K in 5 minutes. That's another reason why we're 50K. We're not even 50K. We're like 150K. We're not even at the same scale. But that happened. Nothing we can do about it. That had a purpose. That served the security we needed, the silent level up that we're doing now for the perfect timing. All part of the journey. I had so many hardships and I used to do the same thing. Why God, why me? Why all this pain? Why? Now, on the other side of the rainbow, after I've triumphed, I understand. Thank you, God. You built me. You toughened me up. Other people who didn't go through what I went through are going to fall and have to learn that lesson themselves. And maybe they won't get back up. But when you're battle tested, when you've been through multiple battles and you've come out, you got some bruises, you got some cuts. But when you're battle tested and you've won the war, you are now stronger. And guess what? Some of the biggest dreamers in the world are not the rich people. They're not the silver spoons. They're actually the people who started off with a million reasons why they can't make it. The trauma, the getting poisoned, stabbed in the face, sleeping in a bathtub, homeless, beat up by their parents, car accident, a coma for 2 years, and they still change the world. If you're having more hardships than other people around you, it must be because you have a great destiny. As soon as you understand this, life will stop being as hard as it is, and it will start becoming smoother, easier, because you are understanding that the ebbs and flows are only serving you, leveling you up. Gosh dang. All right, well, that's all I got. Thank you, Adabola, for pulling up. J-Dog pulled up Dreamcat to the moon. When was that? 756? Oh, man, so you caught at least a little chunk, back-end chunk. Cool, dude. Hey, I love shouting out people on the show. Let me shout out J-Dog because I actually sent you a DM today. I don't know if you saw it yet. J-Dog is on his own mission, Bonga. But something I noticed that's really cool is not everyone who engages with Dreamcat is going to be like an all-in dreamer per se, right? Like some of our closest friends and allies who own projects are devs of other communities even. However, a proof that I see that tells me we're on the right track is a couple people. Bonga, Satoshi AI, El Satoshi, Brenda. There's a few people who, since we've got a little bit more intimate with our content, since we've got a little bit deeper with like vibration, frequency, consciousness, a lot of people, the people that I didn't think exist in crypto are being brought to attention. People who are saying, man, we just need to spread love. People are saying, man, do a morning meditation. We were talking to Crypto Fam Radio. He says, I read a book in the morning. I do exercise and I do a morning meditation. What, bro? You know how aligned you are with the dream? You know how crazy that is? So shout out to Bonga because, man, dude, you're putting out content that's meditation and like, I'm seeing some Neville Goddard stuff. Bro, I absolutely love it. I love it. And I'm attracted to it. I see it, and I came in your DMs today because of what you created. Amos, I'm talking about you because you're posting quotes. Libre is the biggest magnet for me. If Libre is setting the tone, man. Libre is, this guy deserves to win. And by the way, he said this publicly, so I'll say it again. At the top, this is why everything's going to work out for Libre. At the top of the previous all-time highs, Libre's Dreamcat bag was $50,000, okay? And we haven't even hit 1 million market cap before. So you notice the people who are the most active, the most people are bought in. What is the common thing with him? When I did Dreamers Library Book Club and we went through Think and Grow Rich, guess who was there for every single episode besides the very last one when his parents got sick? Libre. Libre has seen Libre has witnessed. Libre has, he knows. He knows because he's paying attention. That's why he's believer number one. That's why he makes so much content. That's why he's on his wave, because he knows that not only are the principles undefeated, the ones that Bonga's projecting, right? The ways to live in life, when we're talking about this consciousness. And by the way, Bonga, next week, I don't know how deep you are. I've been talking to some people who are on their consciousness journey. Some people have done, there's all different levels. I'm super deep. I'm extremely deep. Like, one of the places I'm at is like 0.000017 in the world. I think there was like 20,000 people. It said 20,000 to 60,000 people in the entire planet of 8 billion people have flirted or reached this place, basically. So I am deep in this. I'm going to start talking about it more and more because it serves the dream chasing journey. It's helping me. When I understand the world deeper, when I understand vibration, it gives you confidence to say, man, you don't have to hope, wish, and wonder, man. All we're doing is following the laws and principles and combining those with a timely moment, or, you know, I don't know, a crypto cycle or whatever. That's what we're doing. Shout out to my man, Cody, Winning the Invisible War in Your Mind. What a title. Shout out to my man, Cody, cranking out spaces. I think he has one tonight in an hour and 15 minutes. Show that guy some love. He is teaching as well, doing awesome spaces. Awesome spaces. Shout out to Cody, smart guy. But anyway, yeah, I got to shout out everyone I wanted. Shout out to the people who pulled up and tuned in. This was extremely juicy. Again, the next 3 weeks, what we have ahead, they're already planned topics. They're so good. Next week, we're going to be talking about multidimensionality and your higher self. How to become your highest self. This is mind-blowing. I'm just opening up. We're going to be talking about, is freedom, this is 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now. Is freedom, a lot of you have freedom as your destination. Is freedom destination, or is it a transition station? I got 3 in-depth reasons that are going to shatter your reality. And then the fourth thing is, I believe, is oxygen of belief, something with that. And all these inspirations popped up from my work these last 6 days. But anyway, I think that's the end of it. The big winner today is, bro, you're a inspiration on the right frequency. I'm honored that you say that, man. I'm honored that you say that. It means a lot to me. What I really love, man, what brings me joy is getting to engage with people like you, to be completely honest, bro. I live in my own little lane or whatever, but it brings me joy because I can't relate to other people on this level. And there's still levels to the level that no one can relate with. But like, if I can relate partially, if we can talk frequency, I got a comment to reply to where someone commented Neville Goddard frequency on my post today. And I still got to comment back. Like, that's just energy. And I love it, dude. I live in it. I love it. It fires me up. I love to see it. So keep doing your thing. I love what you're putting out. You're a magnet to the likes that I'm dropping you. So I'm noticing. So anyway, that's all we got. The big winner here today is Famous Amos. He said, man, first I'm on X, and then he showed up on his YouTube profile, separate profile, doubling down, getting noticed. This was the quietest. This may be one of the quietest Dream Talks we've had since the beginning. I guess that's what I get for taking a week off. That's what I get for being 15 minutes late. But I'm on fire. So I hope you could appreciate it. Famous Amos, we're going to give you the whole stack, homie. All 30,000 is all yours. Now here is opportunity, right? 30,000 may not be a lot today, but you stack your 30, you show up. Maybe you get to your $1 million this way. Bro, if you got $1 million, hang tight, my friend. Hang tight. That's what I got, guys. Cheers. Love everybody. I love everyone in the... Okay, wait, one last thing. I really want to talk about the future self. I do, but here's what I want to say to the future you out there. Because I'm a dreamer. I can already imagine. I can already see the meetups. It's already real because I can see it in my mind. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. It's real to me. I feel it emotionally. I can see it. I know all the power is in my hands. It's all done. So what I want to do right here is I want to enjoy being alive. I want to enjoy the journey. Right now, there's nothing to celebrate. The prices are down. The market's down. That's all going to change. So to the future people out there who are finding us at 500K, 2 million. I just want to tell you, the game's not over. You're not too late. I wish you could have found us sooner, but you weren't paying attention. You weren't looking. Okay. But we welcome you. I'm excited to go on the journey. This is a very long journey. And maybe you're hearing this and you're a Neville Goddard fan. You're a SpongeBob SquarePants fan. You grew up on SpongeBob SquarePants. Maybe you like, I don't know, Up, Carl Fredricksen. That's one of my favorite characters. Maybe you like ice cream. I don't know what we're going to relate on. Okay. I don't know what you like as well, but I'm excited to meet you. Welcome aboard. Excited to have you. Come on over to the live stream and tell us that you listen to that episode. And we're going to connect the dots and we'll say, man, that's crazy. We used to talk about that. And yeah, I always say, oh man, yeah, I was listening to your stuff. I listened to all your old podcasts. Dude, you were literally saying all this. You were literally saying it. And you said, oh, 50 people are watching. Only 120 people are watching. And shout out to this person. Like, dude, you were literally saying it. And shout out, man, Amos and Libre, you said their names a lot. If you guys are here, and I pull you up on screen, that's the cool part about live is you are laminating yourself sort of in history. You don't really think that though. You're like, it's just a meme coin. There's a bunch. This is just one of the shitters I hold, right? You really are laminating yourself in history and something big, something huge. So I love it. I'm high on life. It's a blessing to be alive. I'm so grateful for the chance to be here and stream. Shout out to everyone who got to show up. We're going to keep making it better. We're going to keep growing. Shout out to Amos, 30,000 dream winner. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Saturday. Join us in our VC and Telegram, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to hang out in the community. Come talk. Let's get to know you more. And then Saturday, 9 o'clock, we do Dreamers Library Book Club. All right. Cheerio, guys. Peace, love, and all the good stuff. See ya. Bye. That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we are building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things. We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building Dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, as a first mover, and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary. Our holders may vary. Our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 to, and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. You know, there's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dress up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream. But guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left, because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary, or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at Dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building Dream as a mascot. Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, Dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, Dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 16, 32. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack, stack, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dream Cat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.